Hi, this is Tom from Nightingale Games, and I'm talking about the morale board today for the game War Room by Larry Harris. And after any combat, you will transfer your units to the casualty list that have been eliminated. And so each nation will lost a cruiser, put the units in the relevant spots according to the icons and the labels for each nation accordingly. And then after all combat and the refit phase, there's what's called the morale phase, where you tally up the lost casualties and apply stress. So we'll do that now. You can see the casualty points that each unit type is worth, and so we'll quickly add that up. There's 20 for this capital ship, battleship, and a cruiser is 10, so that's 30, and another 10 for this fighter and bomber, so that's 40, and we have some armor and artillery, so that's another 10, that's 50, and we have a stack of 5 infantry there for another 10. 2 times 5 is 10, so that's 60 altogether. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then we look up to this chart up here, and there's a conversion rate to stress. So since we have 60, between 52 and 68, that means you get 3 stress. So it looks like the Soviets already had accrued 4 stress by having lost territories, or perhaps from the previous round. And so now they're getting 3 more. And so you can see the stress tokens. We'll have 1 units in a larger 3 unit. And so we'll be adding 3 more and that adds up to a total of 7. But you can see for this particular scenario, War in Europe, their threshold is only 5, so they'll turn in 5 stress and move up on the stress wheel here, like so. If they wanted to spend their metal, they could cancel one of their stress tokens. So they would do that, but they're still going up anyway after turning in 5 stress, and they'll have 1 left over to keep for the next round. And they would turn in their stress as well, if their metal if they wanted to. And so as you move up the stress wheel, each nation has their own different threshold, and they're different for different scenarios. And so I'll read off some of the stress penalties here. The first one is labor and civil unrest, in which you have to give up any 3 resources. This yellow zone is dysfunctional infrastructure, where no rail usage, or you don't gain port advantage. That means you can no longer repair naval ships for free. And the orange, things are quickly going downhill fast for you. The supply lines are disrupted, and your black results during combat are no longer wild, so you lose black dice benefits. And then finally, there's economic collapse, which means you no longer gain income for all of your resources. And from that point on, it's pretty much the point of no return. Mass desertions. So units desert 1 per stress. So for each stress you turn in, you would have to lose a unit and simply remove it from the board. It's extremely difficult to come back from the higher stress levels, and unless your allies come to the rescue. And then after that, you would just simply return the eliminated units to the supply each round, but of course you'll retain any unspent metals or stress. So you can see the flip side of these metals here are civilian goods, which you can purchase during the production phase, which are basically have the same effect as a metal. You can buy them with resources, but they will cancel stress on a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I had bought one of these, I could keep it until I needed it, and then spend it to cancel a stress. So there you go. That's a quick overview of the morale phase. There's a few other things. You might be able to pay to slide back down 5 metals or civilian goods to go back on the track as well. And this will be resolved in turn order, as most things are. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.